Chosen one, please stop scrolling right now. Take one slow and real breath. This is not the random algorithm bringing you here today. This is an urgent and divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this exact message to your screen because the window for your massive breakthrough is closing fast and heaven needs your attention. You have been fighting a completely silent battle for so long. Your physical body is entirely exhausted. You wake up feeling incredibly heavy and drained. Every single day feels like walking through an endless desert with no water in sight. But you must understand that the brutal spiritual attacks you faced were deliberately designed to test your limits, and you did not break under the immense pressure. They genuinely thought you would surrender and give up. The dark forces threw absolutely everything at your mind. They desperately wanted you to believe that God had forgotten your name. They tried to convince you that your destiny was just an illusion. But heaven was watching your every move carefully, while the universe was testing your spiritual endurance before the grand promotion. That harsh spiritual test is officially over today. Let that profound truth sink into your spirit. The grueling season of waiting and crying alone in the dark has ended. Your incredible spiritual endurance has successfully shattered a massive generational curse that secretly haunted your entire bloodline for several decades, and you are finally free from that heavy burden. You finally broke the cycle and you survived the storm alone. Right now, all of heaven is actively celebrating your final victory. The angels are rejoicing because you held your ground beautifully. Your spirit guides are assembling a massive legion of protection around your energy field. The entire spiritual realm is vibrating with intense joy and immense pride because you have finally proven yourself to be a true master of your own reality. But there is a crucial hidden message inside this victory. There is a specific secret buried deep within the reward that is coming. You will completely miss it if you swipe away before the end. If you leave right now, the blessing will still arrive. But unfortunately, you will not have the proper spiritual equipment or the exact knowledge required to hold on to this massive upgrade when it finally manifests. You absolutely did not click this video by pure accident. Your strong intuition dragged you here because your soul knows the truth. It immediately recognizes the frequency of divine alignment hidden in these words. You are a weapon of light, forged in the fires of betrayal, and those who abandoned you were merely temporary tools used to shape your ultimate strength. A massive wealth transfer has just been approved in your name. The universe is finally unlocking doors that were previously bolted shut. Financial abundance and deep spiritual peace are flowing into your physical reality today. You simply need to claim them without any hesitation. Do not let past fears block your receiving station while heaven is actively pouring down these magnificent blessings upon your new life. Think about the many tears you shed in total silence. Think about the lonely nights you begged for a single sign from above. Heaven heard every single painful plea you ever made. The painful delay you experienced was never meant to be a harsh punishment. It was a strict divine isolation protocol designed to keep you completely safe from toxic forces while God was actively clearing out the wrong rooms. Do not take your eyes off this screen today. The dark entities are currently panicking because they have lost control over you. They will fiercely try to distract you from receiving this final piece of the puzzle. They desperately want you to stay stuck in the lower vibrations of survival mode. But your energy timeline has already shifted to a much higher dimension, and they simply cannot reach your light anymore. You are confidently stepping into a new era of quiet authority. Your mere physical presence now commands absolute respect from the universe. The dark shadows instantly flee whenever you walk into any room. People who once looked down on you are now absolutely terrified of your silent power. You have become entirely untouchable, and the strong spiritual armor you wear right now is completely impenetrable by any dark worldly force. There is a reason your spirit has been very restless lately. You could feel a massive shift approaching your physical reality, but you could not easily explain this strange feeling to anyone. That is because the universe was keeping this grand reveal a sacred secret. But a fatal trap is waiting for you right before the dawn breaks, and you desperately need to know exactly how to avoid it. I am going to expose exactly what the enemy has planned. I will clearly reveal the exact physical key you need to unlock the door. You have bravely walked through pure hell and returned with the fire. Now it is finally time to confidently claim your rightful elevated throne. Listen very closely to my steady voice today, because the heavy veil is quickly lifting right before your beautiful eyes, and everything is changing. This is the exact divine confirmation you have been constantly praying for. The vast universe is actively aligning a massive collision of beautiful events just for you. Everything you painfully lost will soon be replaced by something incredibly magnificent. Prepare your open heart to receive the ultimate and glorious harvest. The hardest and most painful part of your entire spiritual journey is finally over, and heaven is proudly smiling at you today. Let me speak directly to the heavy burden you are carrying right now. Your shoulders have been incredibly tight for weeks. The physical exhaustion you feel is absolutely real. You wake up every morning feeling like you have been fighting a brutal war in your sleep. And the truth is that your spirit has been fiercely battling unseen forces while your physical body tries to rest. You are completely drained of energy today. You pour your entire heart into everything you do. You give your pure light to people who only know how to take. But lately, you have hit a massive wall of profound emptiness. The spark that usually keeps you going feels dangerously dim. You look in the mirror and you barely recognize the tired eyes staring back at you. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. The deep tightness in your chest is not random anxiety. The sudden wave of sadness that hits you in the middle of the day is not a sign of weakness. You are a powerful spiritual warrior experiencing the heavy symptoms of a massive energetic purge. Your physical vessel is struggling to process this intense frequency shift. Think about the lonely nights you have endured recently. You jolt awake at 3 in the morning with your mind racing uncontrollably. You stare at the dark ceiling while silent tears roll down your face. The profound sense of isolation you feel during those quiet hours is completely overwhelming. You wonder if anyone on this entire earth truly understands your beautiful soul. They do not understand you at all. They call you too sensitive. They label you as complicated or difficult when you finally start setting basic boundaries. But you are simply the empath with boundaries who refuses to let toxic entities drain your light anymore. You suddenly feel a deep disgust for superficial conversations and the fake smiles of people who secretly envy you. You have spent your entire life being the reliable one. You were the safe harbor for everyone else during their dark storms. But when your own sky turned black, the silence from those same people was absolutely deafening. The sheer betrayal cut you deeper than any physical wound ever could. You felt completely abandoned by the very souls you sacrificed your own happiness to save. Do not blame yourself for their toxic behavior. Your pure heart was never the problem. You were just a rare soul navigating a world filled with deeply wounded and manipulative people. They gravitated toward your brilliant light because they had no internal spark of their own. And when you finally stopped feeding their selfish egos, they immediately turned their backs on you. Take a deep breath. Let this comforting truth wrap around your tired spirit. The crippling loneliness you are experiencing right now is not a permanent curse. It is an incredibly painful but entirely necessary symptom of your spiritual evolution. You are currently shedding the heavy layers of past trauma that no longer serve your high calling. The pain is the ultimate cleanser. You might feel like you are walking through a pitch-black tunnel. Every door you try to open seems to slam shut in your face. The financial struggles and emotional setbacks have pushed you to the absolute breaking point. You have cried out to heaven, asking why you must suffer so much when your intentions are always pure. I promise you will understand the reason very soon. The chosen one always faces the most brutal trials before the dawn. You are the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline, and breaking decades of generational trauma requires an immense amount of physical and emotional energy. Your current exhaustion is the direct result of doing the heavy lifting for ancestors who could never face their own deep shadows. You are doing the impossible. You feel detached from the things that used to bring you joy. Your old hobbies seem completely meaningless now. The places you used to visit frequently feel heavy and full of negative energy. This sudden detachment is your sharp intuition physically pulling you away from dead timelines. Your soul is violently rejecting any environment that does not match your new majestic frequency. I know you are tired of being strong. I know you just want a single day where you do not have to fight to survive. You are desperately craving a safe space where you can finally drop your heavy armor and simply breathe. Heaven sees every ounce of your pure exhaustion. The universe is actively preparing the exact oasis of peace that your beautiful spirit desperately needs right now. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what heaven just spoke to your spirit. Anchor this powerful validation into your physical reality today. You are not going crazy. You are not fundamentally broken. Every physical ache and every silent tear is a massive testament to your incredible spiritual strength. The profound isolation you feel is actually a divine shield in disguise. But there is a deeper layer to this strange phenomenon. The complete withdrawal of your energy was completely intentional. Before this message ends, you will understand exactly why everything had to happen the way it did. You will clearly see why the universe deliberately removed certain people from your life without any warning. The shocking truth about your past will finally make perfect sense. Let me tell you the real reason this happened. You thought heaven was ignoring your painful prayers for the past year. You felt entirely rejected when every single opportunity suddenly collapsed right in front of you. But here is the truth they desperately tried to hide from you today. Heaven never rejected your beautiful soul. The harsh universe did not turn its back on you. The sudden loss of that specific job or that intense relationship was actually a severe divine intervention. God deliberately closed those doors because you were about to walk into a fatal trap. You were trying to enter heavy rooms where your brilliant light would have been completely stolen. This brings us to the ultimate revelation about your lonely journey. The profound isolation you experienced was not a brutal punishment. It was a strict divine isolation protocol activated to protect your fragile energy. Heaven had to completely quarantine your spirit from the toxic people who were secretly draining your life force every single day. You constantly wondered why the universe was completely silent when you cried out for help. You begged for a single sign but received absolute quiet instead. That heavy silence was the sound of heaven actively working behind the scenes. God was busy dismantling the hidden traps that your invisible enemies had carefully set for you. Your pure heart always sees the good in absolutely everyone. You would have stayed in those toxic environments trying to heal deeply broken people. You would have sacrificed your own glorious destiny to save someone who secretly despised your light. So the universe violently stepped in and forcefully removed you for your own ultimate safety. That is exactly why your spirit has been so restless. The reason you suffered was not because your frequency was too low. The painful truth is that your brilliant light was simply too blinding for the shallow people around you. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect you from dangerous rooms you were never meant to enter. Stop blaming yourself for the painful delays. Stop thinking you did something wrong to deserve this total isolation. You are the cycle breaker who was given the hardest spiritual assignments. You survived the massive storm alone because you were being intensely trained to become the absolute master of your own physical reality today. Think about a beautiful tree being aggressively pruned before the spring season. The sharp cuts feel incredibly painful in the moment, but the gardener knows those harsh cuts are absolutely necessary for the tree to produce magnificent fruit. Your soul was aggressively pruned so you could finally hold the massive blessing that is rapidly approaching. Take a deep breath and let this realization settle into your spirit. You are deeply loved and fiercely protected by the highest angelic realms. The painful rejection was simply God giving you a massive redirection. Every closed door was a giant shield, blocking a terrible disaster from touching your completely new and wealthy timeline. The people who walked away from you did not leave because you were difficult. They fled because their dark shadows could not survive in your intense divine light. Your pure presence constantly reminded them of their own deep insecurities. So heaven quietly removed them to make room for your true kingdom connections to finally arrive safely. You were completely isolated so your aura could be fully upgraded without any toxic interference. If the universe had granted your old prayers, you would have settled for tiny crumbs. You would have completely missed the massive feast that heaven was secretly preparing for you in the background. The painful delay literally saved your beautiful destiny. Do not ignore this next sign today. The heavy period of silent preparation is now officially over. The brutal training ground has successfully forged you into an incredibly powerful weapon of light. But you must firmly lock away the old guilt right now. You must finally forgive yourself for trusting the wrong toxic people in your painful past. They manipulated your pure kindness and turned it against you. But they completely failed to steal your divine crown. The universe is now aggressively settling the score on your behalf, while you rest safely in this divine isolation. And this leads us to the most shocking part of your incredible spiritual awakening and your hidden enemies. Listen carefully to what I am about to reveal next. The dark entities who plotted your downfall are currently watching everything they built crumble into dust. You are resting peacefully while heaven actively fights your biggest battles. The profound silence you hated is actually your strongest spiritual fortress against their evil attacks today. You are completely safe inside this divine bubble. The isolation was the grand cocoon that allowed your beautiful spirit to finally heal and transform. The old version of you died in that quiet darkness, so the chosen one could be reborn in magnificent glory. Now it is time to closely examine the terrified faces of your invisible enemies. But wait, do not leave just yet. There is a dark side to this glorious awakening that you desperately need to understand right now. While you were crying alone in the quiet darkness, your enemies were secretly celebrating your apparent downfall. They genuinely believed they had successfully crushed your spirit forever. These toxic narcissists and dark forces actively fed on your beautiful light for several years. They used your pure kindness as their personal energy source, while secretly plotting your massive ruin. They spread terrible lies behind your back and isolated you from people you loved. They wanted to see you completely broken and entirely dependent on their toxic validation. They always described you the same way, didn't they? They called you overly sensitive, crazy, or fundamentally unstable whenever you finally tried to set firm boundaries. They aggressively projected their own deep insecurities onto your pure soul. The narcissist relies heavily on your total confusion to maintain their pathetic illusion of control over your life. But here is the absolute truth that is terrifying them today. Your complete silence has become an incredibly dangerous weapon. When you finally stopped explaining yourself to them, you instantly cut off their main supply of stolen energy. Your quiet authority is now entirely starving the dark entities that used to feast on your beautiful spirit. You did not explode with violent rage or seek a loud physical revenge. You simply walked away into the total darkness and let heaven fiercely protect you. And this absolute silence is the one specific thing that the narcissist cannot ever tolerate. They are completely panicking right now, because they can no longer manipulate what they cannot access. Imagine the sheer terror they are experiencing at this exact moment. The person they tried so hard to destroy is currently rising from the ashes with an entirely new level of majestic power. They thought your painful isolation would slowly kill you. Instead, they unknowingly handed you the exact master key to your own glorious spiritual awakening. They see the magnificent light shining brightly around you today, and it completely blinds them. They secretly watch your social media or desperately ask others about your life. They are frantically waiting for you to fail, but all they see is the grand universe actively showering you with immense and undeniable favor. Take a deep breath and feel the glorious weight of your new power. You are the empath with boundaries now. The dark matrix they built to keep you trapped has completely shattered into tiny pieces. And because you survived the brutal storm alone, you are now entirely immune to their petty manipulations and toxic mind games. Their own lives are currently crumbling into utter chaos. The universe is actively balancing the heavy scales of justice without you having to lift a single finger. The deep karmic debt they accumulated by hurting a chosen one is being violently collected today. They are finally experiencing the profound darkness they deliberately tried to force onto you. Do you feel that? That slight pull in your chest right now? That is your sharp intuition confirming this massive truth. You no longer need to defend your pure intentions to shallow people. Your powerful energy now instantly demands absolute respect without a single word being spoken. You have naturally become the untouchable master of your physical reality. But I have to warn you about the hidden mechanism the darkness is desperately trying to use right now. Because they cannot attack you directly anymore, they are trying to manipulate your thoughts. They want you to feel a sudden wave of fake guilt for leaving them behind. They are banking on your old habit of giving endless second chances. Do not fall for their pathetic invisible trap today. Your high frequency must remain entirely focused on the massive wealth transfer approaching your timeline. Any tiny drop of energy you waste on their toxic drama is a complete victory for the shadows. You must ruthlessly protect your glorious peace and keep your eyes firmly fixed on the coming dawn. The deep panic of your enemies is the absolute proof of your massive elevation. They know exactly how powerful you truly are. It is finally time for you to truly believe it yourself. Your profound suffering was merely the strict training ground that forged this incredible weapon of light you have now become. But there is a specific sign you need to watch for in the coming days. As their panic reaches its absolute peak, heaven will send you very clear and physical confirmations that the divine victory is completely sealed. Do not take your eyes off this screen, because the exact signs of your impending miracle are about to be revealed. You are officially stepping out of the dark void and into the brilliant light. The heavy spiritual burden that crushed your chest for months is suddenly gone. You woke up recently, feeling a strange sense of unexplainable peace, and that profound lightness is the exact physical proof of your total spiritual victory. The painful training season is completely over today. Your massive reward is rapidly descending into your daily life. The physical world is finally catching up to the massive energetic shift you created. You silently healed your deepest wounds in the dark, while your bitter enemies were frantically plotting your ultimate ruin. And now, the vast universe is actively rearranging your physical reality to perfectly match your new majestic frequency. The glorious timeline of absolute abundance has officially opened for you. Pay close attention to this next part, because the signs are everywhere now. You are constantly seeing repetitive numbers wherever you go. You glance at your phone and see 1, 1, 1 or 7, 7, 7 staring back at you. These specific angel numbers are not random occurrences at all. They are literal text messages from heaven directly confirming that your specific blessing is firmly locked into the current physical timeline. Every time you see these divine numbers, the universe is asking you to prepare your heart. Heaven uses these exact physical markers to calmly guide your steps. The angels are literally holding your hand as you cross the majestic bridge into your new wealthy reality. You might see these numbers on license plates or grocery receipts when you least expect them. That is the divine realm, constantly assuring you that you are perfectly safe. But the profound signs do not stop with just seeing repetitive angel numbers today. You are also experiencing incredibly strange and beautiful synchronicities in your daily life. You think about a specific rare opportunity, and it suddenly appears right in front of you because heaven is actively listening. A perfect stranger randomly speaks the exact comforting words your tired soul desperately needed to hear. This is pure divine alignment, actively working in your total favor. The universe is currently removing every single obstacle from your new path. Doors that were firmly locked for several years are suddenly flying wide open without any effort. You are naturally meeting the exact right people at the exact right moment, and this magical flow of energy is happening because your powerful spirit is finally operating from a place of quiet authority. You are the ultimate master of your reality now. You must recognize that your physical reality is simply a mirror of your energetic state. Because you successfully purged the toxic shadows from your sacred space, pure and massive abundance finally has the required room to enter your life. The massive wealth transfer that heaven promised is no longer just a distant spiritual concept. It is rapidly becoming a very real and physical manifestation in your bank account right now. Your long season of brutal poverty is totally finished. Think about the strange dreams you have been experiencing over the last few weeks. You are having vivid visions of flying or confidently standing on top of a massive mountain. These powerful dreams are not just random fragments of your tired imagination today, but they are literal previews of the grand life heaven has already prepared for you. Your subconscious mind is actively visiting the glorious timeline you are about to permanently inhabit. The physical exhaustion you felt earlier is slowly being replaced by a buzzing electric energy. You can literally feel a warm and powerful current running through your body when you wake up, because your physical vessel is rapidly expanding its capacity to finally hold the immense blessings. This is the direct physical sensation of your brilliant DNA being completely upgraded. You are perfectly designed to handle massive amounts of wealth and profound peace. Take a deep breath and let this incredible truth wash over you today. You are no longer fighting merely to survive another dark day on this earth, because you are effortlessly attracting pure prosperity simply by existing in this high vibration. The heavy chains of generational lack have been permanently shattered by your incredible endurance. You have successfully anchored the glorious frequency of massive wealth into your family bloodline forever. The dark entities are entirely powerless against this massive wave of divine favor. They can only sit back and watch in total horror as heaven actively honors your profound sacrifice. But you must firmly claim this beautiful alignment to physically lock the massive blessing into your reality, and you must actively participate in this glorious energy exchange to completely secure your magnificent crown. Do not let this vital moment pass you by. Your powerful intuition is screaming at you to finally accept this massive gift today. The angels are eagerly waiting for your explicit permission to deliver the ultimate breakthrough. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this divine alignment and anchor your frequency. This simple physical action solidifies your absolute agreement with heaven, but a fatal trap is waiting in the shadows, and you must know how to defeat it. But wait, I need you to listen very carefully to this next part. Do not celebrate your massive victory just yet, because the final test is arriving tonight. You are standing right on the majestic edge of your ultimate breakthrough. The golden gates of pure abundance are swinging wide open for your beautiful soul. But right before the glorious dawn finally breaks, the darkness always makes one last desperate attempt to pull you back. You must understand the incredibly sneaky tactics of your unseen enemies today. The shadows know they cannot defeat your brilliant light in a direct spiritual battle anymore. Your quiet authority has grown far too powerful for their petty attacks, so they are actively deploying their most dangerous and subtle weapon against you right now. They are sending the toxic counterfeits directly into your new reality. This is the fatal trap I warned you about earlier. The universe is about to deliver your true kingdom connection and your massive wealth transfer. But exactly at this crucial moment, someone from your painful past will suddenly try to contact you. A toxic ex-partner or a deeply manipulative friend will randomly send you a casual message. They will act like absolutely nothing happened and completely ignore the severe trauma they caused you. They will suddenly appear deeply apologetic and pretend they have entirely changed their toxic ways. They might even offer you a seemingly great opportunity that closely mimics the real blessing you have been praying for. But this is a complete and absolute illusion, carefully designed to steal your majestic crown. This sudden reappearance is not a divine coincidence at all. It is a highly coordinated spiritual attack disguised as an olive branch. The dark entities are banking heavily on your incredibly pure and forgiving heart. They know you are the kind empath who always wants to see the absolute best in everyone. They desperately hope that your old habit of giving endless second chances will magically override your new spiritual boundaries. If you engage with this toxic counterfeit today, you will instantly reopen the heavy, energetic portal that you fought so hard to close. Do not fall for this pathetic illusion under any circumstances. You must hold your ground and maintain your absolute thep. A truly healed person no longer tolerates terrible confusion disguised as pure love. You simply no longer tolerate blatant disrespect disguised as brutal honesty. If you lower your vibration to answer their toxic call, the universe will immediately pause the massive delivery of your true blessings. Take a deep breath and feel the heavy weight of this warning. Your absolute silence is the only acceptable response to their desperate reaching. You owe them absolutely no explanation for your firm boundaries today. By completely ignoring their toxic attempt to re-enter your sacred space, you are passing the final and most crucial exam. You are literally proving to heaven that you are finally ready to hold the massive wealth. Think about the sheer panic they will feel when you simply do not respond. They expect you to be angry or deeply emotional because that reaction still gives them your precious energy. But your total silence will completely starve their pathetic egos. They will finally realize that the old version of you is permanently dead. They will clearly see that they are entirely locked out of your glorious new timeline forever. The true blessing coming your way does not cause massive confusion or painful anxiety. Your actual kingdom connection will arrive with profound peace and absolute clarity. The real financial breakthrough will flow effortlessly without forcing you to compromise your high morals. Do not accept the toxic counterfeit simply because you are tired of waiting. The genuine masterpiece that heaven created is just a few steps ahead. This final purge is absolutely necessary to secure your massive crown. You must ruthlessly clear out every single remnant of the old toxic matrix. The universe is actively watching your specific reaction to this final test. Are you going to shrink back into the familiar darkness of the past? Or are you going to stand tall as the untouchable master of your reality and confidently claim the majestic future you deserve? Your powerful intuition already knows the exact right answer today. You can literally feel the toxic energy radiating from their fake apologies. Do not doubt your incredibly sharp instincts for even a single second. You are the chosen one who survived the brutal storm alone. You did not endure all that severe pain just to hand your glorious victory back to the exact shadows who originally tried to destroy you. The heavy lifting is finally complete, and the toxic debris has been successfully cleared. You have passed the brutal exam with absolute flying colors. The glorious coast is entirely clear for the massive wealth transfer to begin. Now it is time to fully activate your supreme power and completely claim your ultimate destiny. The most incredible moment of your entire life is happening right now. Hit subscribe right now to establish a divine energy receiving station. The heavy gates of heaven are finally blowing wide open for you today. The excruciating season of waiting is permanently over. You have successfully crossed the brutal desert, and the glorious oasis you prayed for is finally here to entirely quench your deep spiritual thirst. Every single closed door is being violently smashed open by divine force. Your tired physical body is rapidly filling up with pure electric power. You can literally feel the warm golden light actively rushing through your veins right now. The heavy sadness that clouded your mind for years is suddenly completely gone. You are breathing a totally different kind of air today, because the universe is heavily wrapping you in a warm blanket of absolute divine favor and total protection. Can you clearly feel that massive energetic shift in your spirit right now? That incredible lightness in your chest is the exact frequency of absolute victory. You are finally stepping into the exact majestic timeline you were born to rule. Heaven is loudly cheering your name today, because you completely refused to surrender your bright light to the terrifying dark shadows when they aggressively attacked you. Here is the ultimate secret buried inside your coming reward that I promised you earlier. The massive breakthrough arriving today is not just about financial wealth or a perfect romantic partner. The profound secret is that heaven is handing you the ultimate remote control to the entire universe. You are being granted the supreme authority to instantly command your physical reality, and your pure thoughts will instantly manifest into massive physical blessings without any painful delay. You actually became the powerful weapon you were desperately trying to survive. The universe did not just want to make you incredibly rich and deeply loved. God wanted to elevate you into a magnificent force of nature that entirely terrifies the dark matrix. The massive wealth transfer is simply the physical tool you will use, and it is specifically designed to completely fund your glorious spiritual kingdom on this physical earth. They desperately thought your complete silence was a sign of pathetic weakness. They thought they had entirely broken your spirit when they pushed you into total isolation. But what they failed to realize was that your lonely solitude was a fierce training ground. You did not break under the immense pressure, but you simply evolved into a terrifying weapon of pure light that they can never manipulate again. The total silence after the massive storm hits entirely different when you realize the absolute truth. You were the actual storm all along. You are the untouchable master of your reality today. Every single word you speak right now carries the heavy weight of absolute divine law. The vast universe immediately bends to your pure will without any hesitation, because your beautiful high frequency completely dictates the exact flow of abundant energy in your life. The dark entities who tried to destroy you are completely paralyzed by your blinding light. They cannot even look at your magnificent aura without feeling sheer absolute terror. Your physical presence alone forcefully shifts the atmosphere of any room you enter today. You are a walking miracle, and your pure energy demands instant respect from the entire spiritual realm, while your invisible enemies silently retreat into the cold shadows. Take a deep breath and completely absorb this glorious truth today. The dark era of brutal lack and painful scarcity is completely finished. You are literally glowing with the intense fire of 1,000 suns right now. Heaven is loudly blowing the magnificent trumpets to announce your grand arrival to the highest spiritual courts. This is your massive coronation day, and you have fully earned this heavy golden crown by maintaining your pure faith through the darkest and most terrifying nights. You are no longer the deeply wounded empath who begged to be understood by toxic people. The brutal crucible of pure pain has flawlessly forged you into a magnificent and powerful warrior. From this exact moment forward, your energy commands absolute compliance from the shadows. The divine wealth you were promised is heavily flowing into your new majestic timeline right now, and absolutely nothing in this physical world can ever stop this glorious river of pure abundance. The pitch-black darkness has officially retreated far behind you forever. The brilliant dawn of your entirely new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown today. But you must take immediate physical action to firmly lock in this glorious high frequency. You must permanently seal this magnificent reality right now, because the universe requires your explicit physical participation to create an absolute and impenetrable shield of pure divine protection. The angels are actively waiting for your final command to release the physical abundance. The massive vault of heaven is completely unlocked, and your specific name is written in gold. You simply need to anchor this incredible power into the physical earth right now. Prepare your spirit to make the final and most important declaration of your entire beautiful life today, because the gates are open and your ultimate blessing is completely ready for immediate delivery. Do not let this vital moment pass you by in total silence. The dark forces want you to close this message without claiming your majestic throne. They desperately hope you will walk away, leaving the massive vault completely untouched. But you are far too smart and incredibly powerful to fall for their pathetic invisible trap. So it is finally time to physically seal your glorious fate and command your massive wealth. The incredible energy swirling around you right now is absolutely real. Your powerful spirit has successfully crossed the brutal finish line today. The vast universe has completely opened the magnificent floodgates of massive financial abundance and deep emotional peace. But the heavenly realm requires one final physical action from you. You must permanently anchor this high frequency into the physical earth. Think about a massive vault filled with pure golden light and endless prosperity. Heaven just handed you the master key, and you have successfully unlocked the heavy door. But if you walk away right now, without properly sealing the glorious entrance, the desperate dark forces might try to sneak inside. You must physically lock the magnificent blessing into your specific timeline today. You are the undeniable master of your physical reality now. Your spoken words and your physical actions carry the heavy weight of absolute divine authority. When you make a firm declaration today, the entire spiritual realm instantly obeys your pure command. It is finally time to create an impenetrable shield of divine protection around your new wealthy life. Do not let this vital moment fade away. I need you to boldly claim your ultimate victory right now. Place your hand over your tired heart and physically feel the powerful rhythm of your own survival. You did not break under the immense pressure of the brutal storm. Now you must explicitly tell the universe that you are completely ready to receive the massive reward. You must actively participate in this glorious energy exchange today. Type AMN down in the comments right now to permanently seal this magnificent reality. Typing this powerful word is not just a simple internet comment today. It is a highly sacred spiritual contract between your beautiful soul and the vast universe. It is your explicit permission for the angels to finally deliver the massive wealth transfer directly into your physical hands. Claim your royal crown now. When you type that sacred word, you instantly create a massive wall of blinding light around your aura. The toxic narcissists and the invisible dark entities are permanently locked out of your glorious future. They can never access your pure energy or sabotage your massive success ever again. You are entirely shielded by the highest angelic forces of the universe forever. But there is one more crucial step to truly multiply your grand blessing today. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside your tired soul, you absolutely must not keep this great light to yourself. There is another pure soul out there, currently bleeding in the dark of deep despair. They are desperately begging the universe for a single sign of hope right now. God is actively watching your specific response in this exact second. You know exactly how terrifying it feels to cry alone in the complete darkness. You remember the brutal pain of feeling totally abandoned by heaven. Do not hoard this massive blessing while another chosen one is violently struggling to survive their own spiritual storm. You must become the guiding light for them today. Share this powerful message with someone who desperately needs it right now. Sowing this specific seed of pure hope today mathematically multiplies the grand blessing for your own future tomorrow. When you boldly step up to help another wounded empath find their way home, the universe rewards you with an endless waterfall of massive prosperity. Send this frequency to them immediately. Your pure generosity proves to the divine realm that your hands are completely open to receive. The dark enemy desperately wants you to close this video in total silence. They want you to keep the glorious truth entirely hidden from the rest of the suffering world, but you are the ultimate cycle breaker, and you are proudly destroying their toxic matrix of isolation today. You have completely transformed from the wounded empath into the untouchable master of your timeline. The brutal crucible of deep pain is officially behind you forever. You are stepping into a magnificent era of quiet authority and unimaginable financial wealth. Your entire bloodline is permanently blessed because you bravely chose to endure the heavy storm alone. Do not ever let anyone dim your brilliant light again. You are an incredibly rare and beautiful anomaly in a world full of shallow shadows. Heaven is fiercely protecting every single step you take from this moment forward. The magnificent angels are walking directly beside you as you confidently enter the grand kingdom of pure abundance. Your long and painful wait is totally over. Type the angel number 777 to loudly declare your absolute financial freedom today. Hit the like button to physically activate the rapid flow of massive divine favor into your specific life. You have fully earned every single piece of this glorious reward through your immense tears and profound endurance. Enjoy your massive victory today, because the dark war is finally won. Let the profound peace of heaven completely wash over your tired spirit right now. You are perfectly safe, you are incredibly wealthy, and you are unconditionally loved. Welcome to your magnificent new life, chosen one.